Hey guys, Jay-Sensei here again, and this is going to be What If Luffy Was with the Reincarnation of Broly, Part 2. And, basically last left off with Luffy ending up, killing Arlong, and, yeah, Kobe also joined the crew. If you guys are new to my background, I'm sorry, I'm watching YouTube. And, I want to say something about my schedule when I upload. It's going to be completely random, because I also have to do school on top of YouTube now. I know it's not like I should do YouTube for fun, but yeah, I have to do school on top of this. So, if you guys, want to do or find some other channel, cool. But yeah, my schedule is not going to be like I'm going to upload every day. My upload schedule is going to be like at least 1 or 2 videos a week, at least 1 or 2 videos every 7 days. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll start off now with Luffy's crew going towards Loguetown. And this time they're getting there a lot earlier, as every fight is not gonna take like at least an hour. So I actually realized Luffy vs. Katakuri was like the length of Marineford. So yeah, okay. Luffy was sailing. Then he saw Smoker, talking to the pirate crew, and he assumed and he heard Smoker yell, "You guys must be the Strat crew." Really just being a little upset that someone would think someone that weak was him. We just yelled from the ocean saying, "I think those weaklings can't compare to me." As Smoker looked at them, and he's gonna see Luffy. And in this one, instead of like Luffy, having the ear of the giant animal like Broly does, he's gonna wear the straw hat on his side, as it's tied to his waist. Just because Luffy has Broly like hair, and Broly's hair is too bushy for Luffy to wear a hat. Smoker's gonna instantly know that Luffy is not lying. That's him. Like, he's the actual Luffy. So Smoker's gonna just hit the assumed Luffy over the head with his baton, I guess, and knock out the guy. The guy's crew will leave as Luffy just says, "Zoro, Kobe, cannonballs," as they put them in his hand, and Luffy just chucks them at Smoker. Smoker is horrified at the speed of the cannonballs, as they're 10 times faster than an actual cannon. So Smoker barely has time to dodge these. That's when Luffy will just jump at Smoker from across like the ocean, basically, and just tackle him using invisible ornament. Ow! But Smoker just gets up fast again and just trying to hit Luffy with his baton. Luffy is dodging, just decking Smoker. It's like a street fight right now. Kobe and Zoro do rock paper scissors to see who goes to the shore. And Sanji's like, all right, enough of your bullshit. I'm just gonna go. As Sanji jumps onto the water, and using his top speed, he pulls a Brook and runs on the water. Everyone's like, Sanji, when could you do that? As Sanji's been training his legs to the point where he can actually run as fast as he can and run on water. And I'm gonna say one thing. It's gonna be a spoiler, but I'm gonna say it. The Strat crew are all going to be able to take on admirals by the time we get to Marineford. Like, the whole Strat crew is going to be admiral level crew. At least Luffy might as well be a damn admiral by the time he gets to Marineford. I'm probably not going to call him one, but he's going to be admiral level. Okay, well, Yonko level. He's probably going to be a Yonko level fighter. I'm just not going to call him a Yonko. Okay. So Luffy, he's fighting Smoker. Tashi's going to jump at Luffy. But Sanji, being the homie he is, intercepts the kick. As Luffy just says, "Sanji, you can swap. You are too chivalrous to actually hit her." Sanji agrees, as Sanji's now fighting Smoker, and one kick activates Sanji's invisible ornament as it decks Smoker in the jaw and knocks him out. Luffy ends up just punching Tashi's sword, and the amount of force Luffy exerted just pushed her into a wall, and then the force that she had with the wall just knocked her out. So yeah, Luffy just tells the Strats, come to shore. The Strats to do, and they do everything. Luffy just climbs the stand as he's like, "Hey, this seems cool." And first things first, I'm one of those people that does not think Dragon has a devil fruit, so I'm not gonna say the lightning bolt was him. because I don't think Dragon has a devil fruit. I'm gonna say like if Dragon does have a devil fruit, it's gonna be like a Western dragon, you know, with the wings. Like he's the one person that can oppose Kaido's devil fruit. So yeah. Okay. So Luffy's, you know, just chilling up there. Starts raining, and Buggy fires a special Buggy Ball. Well, Buggy, I'm gonna say, is on the island with Alvida, as his crew fires Buggy Ball at Luffy. To their horror, Luffy catches the Buggy Ball, and Luffy's like, "All right, this thing's bigger than my hand. I can't just palm this." And Luffy just throws it in the air, and Buggy, taking advantage of this, will actually fling a sword towards Luffy's neck, and a lightning bolt will come down. As Buggy's like, perfect timing. As, you know, the blade will hit Luffy's neck, and lightning bolt will strike Luffy. When Buggy's like, I can see again, as the smoke will clear a bit, he sees the only thing that phased Luffy was a lightning bolt. The blade broke on Luffy's neck, as Luffy is too durable to actually be broken, or at least hurt by blades. Luffy will look at Buggy and say, "If the lightning bolt was you, I'm snapping your neck." He grabs Buggy by the head. As Bartolomeo's there, and he's like, "Luffy, or that man is a god." As Bartolomeo starts cheering, and Luffy will see this. He's like, "Is someone cheering for me?" And he sees a green-haired man, and then Luffy will just yell, "What's your name?" And the man will yell, "Bartolomeo." Luffy will throw a Buggy to Bartolomeo, and Luffy will say, "Hey, I can tell you seem to be a fan. To prove that, deal with him." Bartolomeo gets a like horrifying grin towards Buggy as he steps on Buggy's head, knocking him out. Like Bartolomeo curbs onto Buggy. So yeah. And you guys may be like, "You're already introducing Bartolomeo?" Yes, I am. Because he's the favorite of the Shark Grand Fleet, in my opinion. Luffy will jump down and shake Bartolomeo's hand, saying, "Do you want to come aboard?" Bartolomeo's like, oh hell yeah, sure. As his whole gang will actually, will be like, "What about us?" He says, "Alright, well, this is the start of my Grand Fleet." And one thing I want to point out about Bartolomeo's crew, their navigator is like Bartolomeo's grandma. I'm pretty sure it's his grandma. Either that or it's a meme, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's like they just had their grandma give them directions, or like just very vague advice, and they followed it, and they ended up in the New World. So, their navigator is doing something right. So yeah. I can just imagine like Bartolomeo's grandma is like, "Oh, I used to run with Kaido." So, I just want to meet his grandma now. Okay. So, Bartolomeo's like, you guys can give me the Grand Fleet. I actually want to join this crew. And those people realize, you know, their ship's a little too small for Bartolomeo. And Bartolomeo's like, why don't we just jack their ship and beat the shit out of them and take it? Luffy's like, alright, cool. Luffy will just yell towards Kobe, "Take the ship." As Kobe's like, alright, cool. And he uses Soru, gets to the ship, and beats the crap out of every member. And Luffy's like, "I kind of want to keep the Mary, though." As Luffy says, "Ship down their ship and add on to the Mary." They will do so as Buggy's left with half a ship, and some of his crewmates do have to leave now. So yeah. So Luffy and his crew, you know, they go and this time with Bartolomeo. And Luffy's first order for Bartolomeo: train with Sanji. Bartolomeo will do so, and as he trains with Sanji, you know, he gains some power. You know, I don't know when he ate the Bari Bari, you know me? I believe that's the name of it. So I'm gonna say Bartolomeo already has it, as I like his concept of the fruit. So yeah. I'm gonna cut to I'm gonna say 4 days later. A Starlight crew is like going up the reverse mountain until the sickle guy. He's not canon, but I'm gonna make him canon, as he is, you know, going up with them as he wants to kill them. But the male is training, and he just, as soon as he heard, he wants the sickle guy wants to kill him. Well, Bartolomeo yells, "If you touch them, I'll kill you." As Bartolomeo crosses his fingers, there's a barrier, and it turns into a, I forgot the name of this shape, or 3D shape. You know, it has the shape of a cylinder, but instead of a cylindrical top. It's actually just like a triangle, so it's more like a circular pyramid. But, you know, Bartolomeo will fire one of those off the guy, and to the guy's horror, his whole top half is kind of just shredded to pieces, or at least just eradicated. So yeah, Bartolomeo straight up kills him. So yeah. Luffy can just applaud Bartolomeo as they go down the mountain. Luffy will see the barrier, not barrier, the like, or what he thinks is a rock, and Bartolomeo's like, all right, I'll break it. Luffy just says, no, let me handle this. As Luffy jumps into the water, and with his max speed, he actually kicks himself. Like, not himself, he kicks the air underwater and just ends up seeing that there's a mouth under the rock, as he soon finds out it's a giant whale. Luffy will see Laboon's mouth opening until Luffy just jumps, closes it, and just flips Laboon. As Laboon's flipping, the ship goes safely under Laboon, and Laboon lands. Yeah, so we're gonna cut to like 30 minutes later. Luffy, Crocus are talking, and Mr. 9 and Vivi will arrive. Mr. 9's gonna try to pull some stuff until Luffy just says, "Just cut it out," as he thrusts his hand through Mr. 9's chest. Mr. 9 was just gonna try to convince Luffy to kill Laboon. Yeah, Luffy almost kills Vivi until Sanji stops him, and Vivi will explain her story. So yeah, Strats are now moving towards Alabasta. But first, they stop at Whiskey Peak. Alright, the Strats get there, and they're kind of just chilling on Whiskey Peak. And about 2 days later, not about 2 days, like 2 hours later, the Strats are kind of just drunk, chilling, and by the Mayo's just having some fun with some ladies. And as drunk as Bartolomeo is, he can tell they have weapons on them. At one point, one of them tries to stab him, and he uses a barrier. As he says, "Luffy, I think everyone here are assassins." Luffy says, "No matter their gender, go as hard as you can on them." Sanji then says, "I'm gonna have so many regrets when I wake up hungover." Sanji just like uses Double Jambe and goes crazy. Bartolomeo will use barriers, ears covered in spikes. I think Nami will pull out a metal staff this time and start fighting. Luffy starts punching, Usopp sniping, Zoro and Kobe slicing, as Kobe uses throwing knives. You guys remember Shanks in the flashback with like when he had the straw hat and he was like 15, 16? Kobe kind of looks like that, except, you know, pink hair, bandanas, and a red jacket instead of a black shirt. Kobe's using Soru, slashing up people. And by the time he's done, then, you know, Strat Crew are like, alright, well, we eliminated everyone on the island. As Igaram and Vivi are cowering in fear at the strength of the crew. That's when Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine's Day will arrive. I believe her name is Miss Valentine's Day? Miss Valentine's? I don't care. But, so, Luffy and his crew just see them. Luffy says, who the hell are you guys? As Mr. 5 will just open his mouth, and an explosion comes out and hits Luffy in the side of the head. Yeah, he's like, Captain should have held his tongue, or else he wouldn't be missing his head. The smoke clears. Luffy just flings the smoke away, and everyone just sees Luffy's hair is a darker shade, as Luffy's eyes just are pitch black now, and he's just growling like a dog. The moment Luffy turns around, he just says, "You have 5 seconds to run, or I snap your neck." As Mr. 5 is like, "What the hell?" As Luffy just jumps at him and counts 1, 2, 3. Mr. 5 didn't run, and now Luffy has his head on Mr. 5's sideways head. As Mr. 9's neck is fully snapped, and he's dead. Luffy lets go and looks at Miss Valentine's Day. She'll jump and increase her weight to the max, but through Luffy's Akari state, he's holding her up easily. As he says, alright. Alright, Strats, one of you guys can do. If that hurt your ears, I'm very sorry. It's just, I sleep in a lot, and I didn't want to miss school. So, that was to make sure I don't sleep in. But, sorry if that hurt your ears. So, Luffy's just, holding up Miss Valentine's Day as he just slams her into the ground. And As she slammed, she will just be like, damn it, as she just feels her body break. And, yeah. Strats end up leaving, and they go to Little Garden. No. Luffy's kind of just chilling. And on Little Garden, just, on the beach, until the Sea King will attack him. Luffy, not having any of his BS, just reaches his hand in the ground, picks up a giant boulder, and chucks it straight through the Sea King's head. Then, the Strats are like, chilling until they hear a loud clang. Luffy's like, I'm gonna check that out as he jumps in the air, and he sees, the giants. He sees Dory and Broggy. Luffy will approach them with the crew, and he says, hey, are you guys the members of the giant race? They'll say yes, obviously, and, they start talking for a bit. Then Mr. 3 and the little girl will appear. Mr. 3 will use his devil fruit and try to, trap Luffy, saying he's the biggest threat. Once Luffy's feet are trapped in wax, Luffy just kicks the wax out from under his feet and says, is that supposed to stop me or something? Luffy just jumps at Mr. 3 and just punches him into a tree. The little girl instantly just knows she's not going to try to paint on Luffy, as she just sits down and just says, I surrender. And, you guys may be like, is that really how the fight would go? Yes, Broly would drop the whole One Piece world in an instant. I'm pretty sure there's a scene in Dragon Ball Broly where Broly and Gogeta were fighting so hard they're destroying Earth as they fight. Either they swap dimensions, or at least planets, or they just turn part of the Arctic into a wasteland, even bigger wasteland. But yeah, so Luffy is just like, alright, well, this was kind of annoying, so I'm gonna go. As he tells Dory and Rocky goodbye, not wanting to fight anyone else. And as they leave, Rocky will say bye, and Luffy sees another Sea King. He just roars at it, not having any of its BS. But I'm gonna say, while the Strats were busy just chilling, and one of the animals they had cooked had a virus, and Kobe ate some of it first. Kobe got sick, and they bring him to Drum Island. And they got there not as Arlong as Wapol was heading off. And if any of you guys have seen the old ass Drum Island movie, I applaud you, because so have I. In that movie, Wapol has a brother that basically has a mushroom devil fruit. The movie's not canon, but I'm gonna make it canon now. As he's setting off, and Wapol's brother will see, the Strat crew, and is like, hey, who the hell are you guys? Why are you entering our kingdom? Luffy can already sense, they're probably not gonna let us use doctors as an excuse. So Luffy's gonna say, oh, we're short on food, so we came to stop by and do some hunting. And listen to what Wapol's brother says. You guys take down the rabbit yetis in our mountain, and we'll let you guys stay in our castle. And then they're obviously lying. Luffy can sense this and just roars at him, saying, I'm not falling for a dumbass lie. Tell me the truth. As Wapol's brother is just fearing, saying, alright, fine. As the guy just actually agrees to just be like, just stay in my castle, don't hurt me. And Dalton is impressed that someone stood up to a king. So Luffy and the crew, Luffy grabs Kobe, and they actually go hunting for some food. They take care of one or two one or two rabbit yetis, and Luffy climbs the mountain, and then finds Doctor and Chopper moving in. Luffy's kind of chuckle, saying, "Are you guys just taking his castle while they're gone?" Chopper will then just get buff and say, "Yeah, so what?" Luffy just says, I'm not here for a fight, but even if I was, you can't beat me. As he'll hold out Kobe. He'll hold out Kobe and say, he's sick, can you treat him? Dr. Ianson say, oh yeah, sure. As she starts treating Kobe. If he pays her for a little bit, not pays her for a little bit, he pays her a little bit of money, and they leave. And the Strats are just chilling. Until one day, Walpole comes back to see Kobe being like walking out of the castle on crutches, and he sees Doctor Reed and Chopper in the doorway. The king's like, "The hell's this? Why didn't you kick them out?" He says, "Oh, I thought that was your wife and your pet." As Luffy's obviously lying, but it sees Doctor Reed, Chopper, and the two kings. Walpole and his brother are like, "Are you stupid? None of us will marry that hag. She's over 100." He's gonna kind of laugh, saying, "It's not nice to speak to people that way. Speak about them that way." Luffy will hand Kobe a knife, and it's just infused with hockey. Kobe will take it and say, "All right, how do I hold on to the black stuff on this?" As he sees the black is leaving, Luffy just says, "Channel your willpower into that." As Luffy will do the same as Luffy started training in hockey. So Luffy can't coat too much of his hand in black hockey, but he can coat like small blades into it. You can coat hockey on small blades. And Kobe will start just doing that as the black will return for a bit. Kobe says, "It's time to test out my new Sordu." As Kobe unintentionally activates observation and is like, "Wait, I can see where I'm going." As Kobe almost goes off the end, kicks himself back, and slices off both of Wapple's arms. And Kobe says, "Wow." And he keeps using Sordu as he slices up Wapple. By the time Kobe's done, Kobe sticks the knife straight through Wapple's jaw into Wapple's head. Kobe will let go of the knife and say, "I haven't been able to see while I do that move for a while. I should do intense focusing." As Luffy will say, "That might be observation." As Kobe will just pick up his crutches again as he almost falls over. Luffy will look at Chopper, saying, You can take down his brother if you want." As Chopper will actually enter his horn point and rush at the guy. Anytime the guy will try to use like spores to grow, he just jumps in front of Chopper and lifts up a piece of earth, and Chopper will run around it and just one point he gets to the guy and sticks like 3 horns through him. Chopper will pull his horns out as the guy will die slowly, and Chopper will actually ask to join the crew this time. He will say sure. As he jumps little, he picks up Chopper, and Kobe just jumps off the mountain. He lands as the rabbit yetis are actually greet him with the Strat crew just sitting on some of them like their chairs. Bartolomeo just says, "They tried to fight us until I tamed them." And Luffy just sees a bite mark in their leader's head, like in the lead rabbit yeti's head, they're directly Bartolomeo's tooth pattern in the guy's head. Luffy says, "Did you bite his head?" And Bartolomeo will blush, saying, "Yes." Luffy's gonna kind of chuckle and say, "All right then." So yeah. And Strauss will leave as they get to Alabasta. And this time I'm gonna say, I forgot most of the Alabasta arc, if the correct way it goes, but I'm gonna say they get to Alabasta, they stock up on clothes and food, and I'm gonna assume Vampa is hard as hell, so Broly just has tons of endurance when it comes to heat. So that probably rubbed off on Luffy, and Luffy is now just chilling in the heat. As Luffy just says, this isn't as hot as this place I've seen. Like, what's it called? And Luffy just says, Vampa. He's like, never heard of that place. Luffy says, yeah, barely anyone has been there. She's like, it's like a few people. So yeah, Luffy will then start walking through the city. As he's walking, Smoker will appear and try to hit Luffy over the head. This time, Bartolomeo's gonna come in clutch, and this time punch off a good chunk of Smoker's baton. As Sanji says, "Didn't you have enough last time?" He starts to kick Smoker in the head. Smoker will then ornament hockey up his hand and grab Sanji's leg and throw him. Luffy is rolled in and say, "You stupid cook." As he just jumps and slashes open Smoker's chest. No, it's not going to be a deep cut. I hate that alarm. Alright, be right back. Sorry. So Smoker's going to have his chest bleeding a little bit until Shashigi will appear. And that's when Luffy just says, Alright, Kobe, Zoro, you two are my most loyal crewmates. You two can fight them and meet back up with us when we're done. Zoro and Kobe will then agree, as they both have observation hockey. And that's when Kobe starts doing Soru and just going around Tashigi, as he's not like gonna actually hit her with the blades, he's actually just hitting her in the back with the hilt. So yeah, after about 10 minutes, like Tashigi just has a bunch of bruises and broken bones due to being hit with the hilt so much, and Smoker is just covered in slashes that aren't deep, but like Zoro is like just like traumatized Smoker. So yeah, Luffy's kind of just chilling out at a bar, and he's just drinking. He's drinking some water as it is hot, so you do need to drink water still. But that's when Ace will sit next to him and say, "It's been a while, Luffy." Is Luffy just not even being excited? Well, he's excited, just not to show it. He says, "It has been, Ace." As we will just high five him, and Ace will then say, "So, what are you doing, Alabasta?" Luffy says, nothing, just chilling." And Ace will then see Luffy's crew, and then Kobe and Zoro walk in. Sorry, I have to go again. Hey guys, James. I'm back. Pretty sure I left off with like Luffy meeting Ace in a bar. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure I left off with Kobe and Zoro walking in after fighting Tashigi and Smoker. So Zoro and Kobe walk in, and they're talking like, "Hey, that was a good fight," and everything. And Bartolomeo's like, "What took you guys so long? You had Luffy waiting." Luffy just said, "Bardo, it's okay. Just leave it alone." Bartolomeo's gonna be like, "Fine, I'll let it slide this once." So yeah, Ace would then ask, "Is this your crew?" Luffy then just laughs, saying, "Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious." As like Ace will point out Zoro, Kobe, and Bardo, and be like, "Those guys seem very loyal," because they are. So yeah, encounter with Ace will go pretty much the same until they get to the like the certain part of the city, and Marines are there. And Luffy's a little upset that he's meeting his brother after years and years, but he's being interrupted, and it's with gunpoint. Luffy being a little upset, Ace can already sense what's about to happen as he tells the Strats, "Back up. You've never seen him rage like this." Everyone sees green surrounding Luffy. Ace backed up a little bit and hid behind a cart as a loud roar erupted from Luffy's mouth. Luffy jumped at the head Marine, grabbed his head, and crushed it. Within a matter of 10 seconds, every Marine there was dead. And Luffy has a 60 million berry bounty. Killing a horde of Marines would raise that to about 100 million. So, yeah. And, Ace would just tell Luffy, "Calm down, it's okay, he doesn't mind." Luffy's gonna be like, "Alright, fine." That's when Master Deuce will appear. And Master Deuce is the one with the devil fruit, not Ace. As when Ace got it, he was stranded on an island, and Master Deuce and him ate the same fruit. It's just Master Deuce didn't get the powers, Ace did. So in this one, Ace actually survived a lot longer without food than Master Deuce, so Master Deuce had to eat. We're gonna fast forward to Luffy vs. Crocodile, first round. So Luffy and his crew are walking through the desert to get to VV2, like a certain spot, and this time, they came from the original village, as in canon. But this time, I'm pretty sure whatever village VV was going to, I'm gonna say the Stars wanted to get her there first, as they already know Luffy's gonna beat Crocodile easily. They already know it. But so they got to the village, and they're on their way back to Alabasta. Crocodile will meet them there. Even though he challenges Luffy, and Luffy just says, "Alright, fine." He jumps at Crocodile with lightning speed, as Crocodile can barely even block it. Try to use his hook, but Luffy punches his hook into pieces. As Robin and Crocodile are in horror that his hook was just destroyed with a single punch. As Luffy just picks up Crocodile, slams him. But Crocodile's like in horror, he can't change into sand. As Luffy already knows, the sand fruit's probably Logia. Luffy throws Crocodile in the air, jumps, and just drop kicks him. And Robin is also in shock that Crocodile's being beaten this easily. So Luffy digs in the ground and picks up the biggest piece of earth he can, which is probably about the size of a house. So then Luffy just arches his arms back and just throws it at Crocodile. It hits Crocodile, but Crocodile turns it to sand, and then him and Luffy go into a giant battle with Crocodile using giant sand arms. The first time Crocodile can use Haki, as him and Luffy are just going blow for blow. Well, what he thinks is blow for blow. Luffy's just lowering his power down to get at least a good fight. And at one point, Crocodile just realizes Luffy's going easy on him. Crocodile gets angry, and he just suddenly the Crocodile just drops to the earth as he sees a pile of sand. We like the hell just happened. And then they see the sand starts swirling one pattern as Crocodile will awaken his devil fruit, and that would be a giant sand kaiju. Luffy's gonna kind of chuckle to himself, saying, this is gonna be fun. This Crocodile will actually coat his arms in black Haki this time. And he swings it down at Luffy, and Luffy will use invisible Haki and collide his fist with it. Luffy and Crocodile are going blow for a while, until Luffy actually gets punched into the earth by Crocodile and gets stabbed through the stomach with a hook. Luffy gets angry as he feels this, and this time his body is like he's growing in size. He goes to 8 feet tall. And Luffy's already 7 feet tall. So Luffy grows to 8 feet. His hair spikes up a little bit, and his hair starts flashing green and black. The color won't change fully green, but you can see a green aura around it. As everyone just sees this green, they see green in Luffy's mouth. As Luffy starts raging and screaming, as the green will flash out of Luffy's mouth and start erasing Crocodile from existence, basically. Crocodile basically barely gets out of the sand kaiju as he has his whole arm erased inside of his hand. Crocodile will yell, "I submit," as Luffy just calms down angrily. So yeah. Robin will then just, admit she only was using Crocodile for the poneglyph. She wants to join Luffy's crew. Luffy then says, "Alright, fine. I'll join. Fine, I'll let you join." And that was like 10 minutes after the fight, so. Yeah. We cut to Luffy getting the poneglyph. He gives it to Robin. She reads it. So yeah. Now, Luffy is going to, I guess, just be in the castle with Vivi. And they're talking a little bit. Vivi thanking him so much. She can't be grateful. She can't be more grateful. Luffy then says, "No problem." As he turns around, Vivi grabs him, and she kisses him. Luffy will reciprocate the kiss, and, some interesting things happen. So, yeah. As Rats leave, everyone can already guess what Luffy did to Vivi, as she can stop blushing at him the whole morning. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to conclude this arc with Luffy just winning. So, yeah. First, the Strats, they end up getting beaten, not beaten. They end up meeting the Marine Fleet with Smoker, Tashigi, and everything. That's when Chopper just says, "I've been working on a move." And you guys may be like, "Hey, what about the fights the Strats had?" They did not get to have those fights. They were not involved with the fight. Luffy won his first fight with Crocodile. He didn't need to go into a second round. So there's no reason for extra fights. They were arrested. And they didn't want to fight someone who beat Crocodile. So there's going to be no extra fights. I'm sorry if you guys don't like that, but there isn't any. But you get the excellent visual of Luffy turning almost Legendary Super Saiyan and almost killing Crocodile. But, ships arrive for the Marine ships. And that's when Chopper just says, "I want to try something out." As Chopper actually has a good grip on Monster Point from training with Luffy during Drum Island. Chopper will jump in the air as he sees the water isn't too deep, and then he eats 3 rumble walls. He goes Monster Point. He lands as the water is waist deep, and he picks up 2 of the ships and just slams them on the third one, which where Smoker, Hana, and Tashi would be in full body. So yeah. Chopper would deform as Luffy just jump and catch him, then jump back onto the ship. So yeah. So let's still find the map to Skypiea. And yeah. Alright, well I'll be concluding this part. If you guys enjoyed, Like, subscribe. At least use personalized notifications and get the times I do upload. Probably gonna upload another video by the end of the day. So look forward to that. Bye.